live, and here we are, boys. Through the Cellar Door, episode 6.
We're live?
We're live.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
So you know what we should start with
What?
before we do this?
What is that, my
Something
friend?
that makes me irrationally angry.
Oof.
Why the fuck do people keep saying 2021 can't be much worse?
It could certainly be a lot worse.
Are people fucking kidding me?
No.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Anything else you can say, like, I hope it's better than this year, or this year was a shit show, can't wait to move on. Don't say it can't be much worse.
No.
It
It could be way worse
100%.
if we're not
could be.
careful.
This year, all things considered, on the grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
not that bad.
Eh,
Pretty miserable, and pretty bad. But at scale, thinking about the
Other bad
upper
years?
part of that, it could be much worse.
more people could have died.
Oh yeah,
A
Yeah.
lot more.
yeah.
So I'm
And
just
like,
I'm thankful for that we're, for the most part out of it. Like at least 2020 is almost over.
you could argue that this was not even the worst year of the 21st century.
Probably not.
How do you figure that?
08.
Yeah, I was about to say I feel like 08 was probably objectively worse, right?
I don't think objectively, but you could argue that it was worse.
Okay.
Like
Argue that.
right now,
Yeah.
I mean, I think about the thing about 08 is that everybody was affected. I feel
Right.
like.
I wasn't.
Well, everybody that was like an adult.
Your
with, like,
parents
fully
probably were.
functional- Yeah,
I know my
Might have been.
grandparents were.
everybody was, because when the housing market crashed, everybody's houses like stopped being worth money.
Yeah.
So like everyone was affected on the grand scale. Whereas I feel like with this year, either you were affected pretty dramatically, or you weren't affected at all, or you benefited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people benefited.
Oh yeah, of course. And like we'll get into that, but I'm just saying this year way worse could be on the horizon, right? I mean, it could be
On the horizon, as far as what?
2021 next year,
Being worse?
2025, 2035.
Just keep getting worse?
It could I'm just saying there could definitely be worse.
That's tough, bud.
I'm just saying.
So are we talking about this here?
Yeah, let's
Google
get started
Trends.
with this. We were going to do a little 2020 wrap-up, I
Yeah.
guess, here.
Start from the top.
The top of this is cut off for everybody that's viewing, but it says Google Trends year in search 2020. Obviously, this is broken down by month, and they kind of have this list sorted out for us month by month, more or less. So, January,
Yeah,
Kobe-
first one.
Kobe Bryant top search.
Kobe dying was kind of like it wasn't even chapter 1 of the year. It was like
Yep.
the prelude.
Like kicked it off.
It's
Yeah.
like we almost forget that was still this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. for
And you
real.
go like, it was almost a bad omen of like, here it comes, motherfuckers.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
fucked. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's really what it was. People were like, "This is so fucking tragic." I mean, and it was. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was.
And for me
especially
being in LA at the time,
Right.
I'm not a sports fan, and I wasn't personally attached to Kobe in any way. Obviously, it was sad that the man died in a helicopter crash with the rest of the people that he was with.
Yeah.
But LA like exploded overnight in murals and this and that, and it was really cool to see it happen, and it's cool in a sad way. I mean, yes, it's horrible, but it was neat, I guess, to see the city come together and do all this like murals, and I don't remember all.
It
the
wasn't
names of
even
the
just
streets.
the city though. It was like the whole world.
It's the whole
You-
country, the whole
See,
world,
yeah. Some
overseas,
people-
everywhere.
And we don't have to go super in depth on all of these. And I mean, so we'll just touch on some of them. But this one, like, it's kind of unique when somebody like transcends who they are.
Right.
Because like Kobe, at his surface, really good basketball player, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
But like he was so much more than that to like
To
so
so
many
people.
communities. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just a very ominous start to the year.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But here's a question. who has died that is that level of, like I said, kind of transcends who they like are on their surface, kind of is above that. Like
Mac?
No.
Honestly, Mac wasn't even as big as Kobe.
not
dude.
even close.
But like I feel like everybody that I know and care about was way more affected by Mac's death. Like obviously, and
but-
that's
Well,
something weird to try to quantify.
That's
but,
just like in our circles.
I was
though,
thinking
you could
bigger
say.
than that though.
Yeah.
okay.
Like
That's fair.
the obvious ones going
Like-
back would be like Kennedy, Lenin. But I'm trying to think of like somebody recent who died, and I guess Michael
Prince.
Jackson and Prince. Yeah, I guess Prince would have been the most recent one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where
David
you're like,
Bowie.
who?
David Bowie.
Yeah. How big? Like at
It-
scale, how big was Bowie compared to Prince, though?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I think equally as big. I thought they were both just had a huge cult following.
No, I don't think Prince is a like cult following. I think he's like international celebrity.
Yeah, he is for
I don't
sure.
think
but
I mean Bowie was too,
also,
I guess,
Bowie
but
was. He was. I mean, Bowie was in fucking goofy ass movies and did this and that. Like he was all over the place.
yeah.
I
guess so-
don't know his music all that well, to be completely honest.
I don't know
I'm
much about Bowie.
I'm
I
not
don't either.
super
I'm not a
well
big
versed
David Bowie
in
guy,
David
but-
Bowie. I'm
I'm trying to think if there's like another athlete that's died that's been this level of like
No one
I
comes to mind for me.
nobody does for me either.
If there is, I mean, if anyone knows in the chat, if anyone's watching, I mean,
Yeah.
shout it out. I don't know.
But yeah, that's just start of a fucking shit show. India versus New Zealand is the next one, I think.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's cricket, I think,
Okay.
or rugby, one of the two.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Not
And
something that I
then
personally
Harvey
searched.
Weinstein, coronavirus symptoms, coronavirus updates.
That's when it started to
death.
get
Yeah. And
Boom.
then what's the next one?
hantavirus, which
I think that's COVID, but a
that was in
different.
March. Like
don't know what
one
that is.
spike. I don't know what that is either.
Wait, so Harvey Weinstein and all that was this year too?
No, that's when
Wasn't
he went
that
to
like-
jail, I think.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that was like last year, wasn't it?
That's been going on.
Well, but I mean like the main like explosion of the whole like the Me Too movement and all that.
I
Right.
believe
This was
that
him
started
actually, like,
last year.
going
Him
to
going
jail.
to jail
Right.
is these
Okay.
search terms. Yeah,
Um,
Geers, I believe
okay.
you're correct.
Speaking of which, what are the colors? Is
I
there a
don't know.
chart?
I think
No.
it's
There's
just
no chart?
the Google colors.
They just
Yeah,
go in
just
order.
Google colors.
Oh, they just go in order. Okay, they go in order. Got it. But yeah, COVID, death, aka COVID. I assume hantavirus has something to do with COVID. I don't know. Google Classroom, Zoom. Those are funny that they're both like where they took off. And then mask,
Unemployment. You missed
Unemployment, yeah.
unemployment. That's a big
stimulus
one.
checks. That one will probably spike again right now. This-
I actually was
this
just
month.
sent an article that I want to Google real quick.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you Google it where we're not seeing it, so we can keep talking about the
Yeah, I can do that.
George Floyd, Black Lives Matter.
George Floyd started a lot.
Yeah, but it's what's interesting. Well, I guess the spike of his name isn't that interesting because obviously but the BLM spike is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I would have figured it'd be more like the unemployment one.
Right.
Spike and then downtrend, but like stay. But it's very, I mean, look at it compared to fucking TikTok. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
But-
TikTok has been just nonstop.
Yeah. Beirut,
So-
that was, I assume, the explosion. Go ahead, Dance.
That was definitely the explosion in
Yeah.
Beirut. This is kind of a breaking news thing. We haven't this was just posted an hour ago, and we haven't talked about it since we've been sitting here chatting.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
The House did indeed. Oh goodness, I
Past
forgot.
the 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's going to the Senate now, obviously. Where
And it won't get through.
Wait, what happened?
So the House passed that $2,000.
Oh,
Yeah, but it
sweet.
has to go to the Senate.
So is that an amendment, or is that an additional 2K, or does it
Pass a
replace
measure
the
to
600?
increase stimulus checks.
Okay, so it's an amendment basically from 6 to 2K.
Damn.
Dude, I'll take that.
I will definitely take that. PC, here we come.
That is way fucking better, man. I'll tell you what.
But the Senate's not gonna pass it.
No,
Why
They're
not?
because
they're scum.
They're
They're
scum.
led by McConnell.
You
Yeah.
don't think they will?
No.
Like at all?
Mhm.
That's bogus.
Nope.
frankly, not a chance. Unfortunately, but that's just
That
that's what
sucks.
I think.
It really
Tesla
sucks.
stock is an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean that's a consistent pop. You know,
It was consistently popping all fucking year.
and it's been consistently popping all
Yeah.
fucking year. I
It
mean,
made a lot
Tesla?
of people very,
Yeah.
very fucking rich.
I want a
so-
Tesla. Do you guys actually want a Tesla?
yeah. So my next vehicle is gonna be. Realistically, I need to get a job and start making some more money here. But who knows when the fuck's that's gonna happen. But my next
That's
vehicle
fair.
is going to be either the new Mustang Mach-E or a Model Y, depending on how they go.
I mean, personally, I would say get a Model Y because like the infrastructure that's already in place is
I agree.
Is the Y the
Solid.
truck?
No, the Y is like the little Model X with normal doors.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was expensive though.
They're reasonably priced. You
like
can get one,
50K.
yeah, pretty
Oh.
much loaded for 50K.
I just want the 3.
Yeah, I want a Model 3.
You
That's
can
what I'm
get
gonna
the
get.
3 pretty much loaded for 50K too.
Yeah,
Mm.
but you can get it cheaper though too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the issue is around here you have to at least get the all-wheel drive version.
Preferably, but you can get by without it. Realistically,
I'd get the all-wheel.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that adds what 15 grand right off
No way.
immediately.
No way.
I think it's like 10.
We can do it right now. I'll go to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could pull it up. Pull it up. Right now.
Do we want to finish talking about this, or
I
should we
mean,
go to
IPL don't
Tesla
care about.
tangent?
Joe Biden's kind of interesting just because, like, the spike. But
mean, it
same
makes
with Trump,
sense.
honestly. I mean, they're both.
They're almost
you would-
even.
You would think
Trump
that they
has a
would
little
be.
bit more action.
You would think that they would be like more. There'd be more than
Why
that.
do you,
you know
why
what I
would
mean?
you say that?
Just because, like Biden. I mean, Trump. You'd think would look like TikTok,
Mm,
wouldn't you? Like,
No.
he's the fucking president.
yeah, but like everyday people, I feel like
Why would you search? Yeah, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off, but like,
no, you're fine.
the normal person's not just gonna search Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Like, they're already gonna see shit about
I
him
guess
all
that's
over
true.
the place. Like the people that are searching about him, like, are searching.
So what? The spike is election results.
Yeah,
Has to be,
well,
right?
Sure,
It's right in
It was
November.
November.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of
Yeah.
November.
Oh, you guys you got that cut off. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is
No, we
like,
can see. We can see that.
This is November 1st right
Okay.
here for the stream.
Gotcha. The election results. Yeah. What's the last one? Something election results.
Bihar election results,
Uh,
and then vaccine is this very bottom
okay.
one that's been
Interesting.
pretty consistent, which
Well, I
makes
bet if-
sense.
You can like pull these up, right? Like search trends.
Yeah.
I bet if you did stimulus check, because this is from like a couple, maybe a week ago, I think.
Somebody made this.
Yeah, yeah. Stimulus
Visualized by
check would
Roshan
have another one, I bet.
Probably, certainly would.
Yeah,
Where are we at here? Oh yeah, that was
March
right.
or April.
And you said this guy made this like a week ago, so
I
there's
think so.
that's probably popped up. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have personally searched stimulus check in the last week or so. Like,
Right.
Oh yeah.
just a
Yeah.
quick.
I
pop
have,
into Google
definitely.
just to see what the hell's going on.
Well,
For
people, that one makes sense because you're like, how do I get it?
Yeah.
So you're like, when does it come? How do I get it? What do I have to do? Because it's free money. So,
So let's
Yeah.
let's actually do a little Tesla tangent.
okay.
Let's do it.
Why not? Like, it's gonna take 5 seconds here to build a Model 3, and see how much it would cost you, Gears.
I'd also like to get that.
The solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Hey, can we get it a little dimmer in here?
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
the lights are. We didn't do the lights.
A little bright.
Yeah. Anything comment wise while you're fucking around?
Nothing of super importance. My mom agrees that she wants a Tesla.
Mm.
Sorry, let me get these lights. So basically, Gears, you'd be looking here.
What's the
at
base?
33?
33.7.
Okay.
That's no. Well, the purchase price is $37,900. You have
Okay,
to look at it without
That's like the
this,
rebate
including
stuff,
rebate
right? Yeah.
bullshit. That doesn't work out. But basically, we'd be looking at the long range model, right, which comes with the all wheel drive.
Absolutely.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you know what color
Doesn't
you'd like,
matter.
Gears?
No, it doesn't matter.
Just do the
just
white.
that.
If you add any other color, it adds money.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh,
Look,
sure
$1,000. The red is 2,000. Wait. Go back. You got to add the nice wheels.
No, no.
But he
no.
doesn't want the
Look,
nice wheels.
The arrow wheel, dude. Those are so ugly. Look at those. Come on.
How much are those?
$1,500.
No.
They add 1,500.
Next.
Craziness.
Like, if I wanted to do this affordably, do the fucking don't give a fuck wheels.
All right. That's fair.
How's this for lighting?
You have to do the monitor.
It looks
can't
good.
tell.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. And then next.
The black interior is
Fine.
the free one.
Yeah.
1,000 costs money, or
Nope.
1 costs money. Do you want self-driving?
Yes.
$10,000.
Okay.
Due today, or purchase price $57,000.
Put it to
It's really
loan,
fucking
where it
expensive.
says loan. There you go.
Yeah, but that's
This is what we'd actually.
That's
look at
yeah.
here.
That's lease.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
lease
I
one.
would lease,
I'd
for
never-
sure lease.
Never lease a car.
Yeah.
It's especially for your you, who you are and how I know you. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Me?
Yeah, like
It
all
is.
the crazy shit you do when it comes to money. The fact that you said never lease doesn't fit with anything about you.
But see, this is the thing. I feel like it does
How?
because I'm so indecisive on vehicles that it's like if I were to lease and then I ended up wanting to keep the car, then I'd be in so much worse place for money.
First of all, you can lease to own.
Yeah. It's
And,
just not worth it.
Like, but you don't.
Do you know how a lease works?
Yes.
Okay, tell me how it works.
Like, you pick out a car.
Okay.
And you pay a set price.
Yep.
And you can only like drive a certain amount of miles
Mhm.
per year, and the lease is for a certain amount of years.
Okay.
So then at the end of the fucking lease, you turn the car in.
Yeah.
And then you get another lease
Mhm.
or buy a car.
Yeah, but do you know how leasing to own works?
Well, you just would buy the car at the end, and they
False.
like they take out X amount from the
No.
car.
Nope.
From the lease. Yeah.
That's exactly how it worked with my dad's truck.
No. See
Yes.
how it
Well,
works.
you can't say no because I know that's exactly how it went down.
But was the amount so for your dad's truck was the
that they
amount
subtracted off? So they took the Kelly Blue Book value of the truck,
right?
and then subtracted how much money he's been paying over the duration of the lease.
Yeah.
Subtracted that and financed it at that price.
Okay, but that's not how it always works though.
Oh well, it did.
Well, yeah, he just got lucky probably because that's probably what that is either if they really wanted him to buy the truck and or if that's what they figured they would sell it for anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time, like at a lot of dealerships, what they're going to do is regardless of what you've paid. So like say the car is $30,000 when you start paying on it and you pay $500 a month for, I don't know,
24 months.
24
2-year
months.
leases are probably the most common, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So instead of you going in at the end of that and it being those 2 years of 500 payments off of that 30 grand, a lot of times it's going to be extremely close to that 30 grand.
Okay, but Kat, like, you don't keep cars.
Do you see what I'm saying though?
Yeah, but you would just see with your personality, you would just lease another car.
I could.
And you would, even your personality, you would do 1-year lease. Like you would do 1-year leases. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year.
See, look what your mom said, Nick. But
Oh no, she said we had to put an amount down and
Exactly.
things went up. But,
exactly.
But the price of the truck was still not. I don't think she understands what she's saying.
The thing is, if she does understand what she's saying, then it just proves my point, because if they had to put a lot down, then that means the price was higher. So to get it to what it was, they had to put a lot down.
But I'm saying, if you lease to own,
Yeah.
you lease.
If you lease to own, you always lose money. That's the problem.
Okay,
like,
but you don't have to lease to own either. Like with a Tesla, I wouldn't lease to own.
no, but I'm
I would
saying
just lease.
in any lease, it's leasing to own if you want to own it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like any lease, when you get done, if you're like, hey, you know what? I like this car enough, I want to buy it.
Sure.
Then you go to the dealership and say, hey, what are you going to charge me for this? Well, if the car was $45,000 in the start and you paid, say, your payments worth, if you added them all up, it was like $5,000 or $6,000. Okay.
Yeah.
So technically, if you took that 5 or 6 off 44, you should be at like 38, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that might not be what the market value of the car is. So even though you paid all that, then if the car is still worth 42, they're going to try to sell it to you for 42.
Okay.
So you're losing money.
Gears,
Leases are
mic at your
pointless.
face,
What?
please.
Move it closer.
Like, just point it at your face. Like,
Better.
like,
I think it is.
no, it's not. Like, you're not. It's directional. Like, point it at your face.
You're the best, Gears.
Hold on.
Love you, dog.
We all,
There.
like that?
Yep.
Okay. So this is my point though. You go. So let me make my point really quick before.
No,
then
you
I'll
don't even
circle
have
back.
to make your point. I know what you're saying, because trust me, I've thought about leasing before because I'm very indecisive,
Right.
and I like going through cars.
Yes.
But like,
And you like new.
I like new cars.
You like new everything.
Well, that too. But like, for right now, I really like my Mustang,
Right.
and I've had it for over a year, and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon.
Well, you were just looking at cars last
You just
week.
tried to get rid of it last week.
No. I'm looking at dailies. I wanted
were-
an additional car.
But you were
Well-
looking at a Subaru WRX STI, which is not a daily driver. You're gonna get rid of the Mustang for that. Like,
Yeah, but then I
okay.
realized that would have been a huge mistake.
It would have been because
But you
that's the
realized
car
that
you had
last
before
week.
The Mustang.
Like,
I
that's the
went and
point.
drove it.
Regardless, what I'm saying is, and my original point before I got on the lease tangent,
All right.
which I still think your personality fits for like doing leases.
No,
But
I'm not.
regardless,
I'm
'cause,
not
like,
rich enough for leases.
But okay, but
Leases
that's my
are only
point.
for rich
so for
people.
Tesla, what was mine at? Like the
$600.
$600. Okay,
Ish.
my
I thought
my
it
current
was 700.
no, the lease was like $600
Oh,
or like
yeah,
585.
it was 608.
And
for-
the one that I just built, the Model Y, was 688.
Okay, but for me, right, my current car payment on the fucking Sonata I drive is like $325, and that's the original rate. And like I could refinance it if I
Yeah,
wanted to be
and
way
get it
way
even
lower,
lower.
right? But
Yeah.
I just pay that because I want to pay the car off, and then trade it in hopefully for a Tesla. But what I'm saying is, with the price, and then you have to take into consideration the fact that like I pump, well, in the Sonata I only pump like $40 a week in a gas, but even still a month that's $160.
Okay.
So right there, my payment is almost $500, and that's not even considering the fact that I'm trading the Sonata in, which will reduce the fucking cost.
I mean, depending on what they give you.
If I leased it, I would sell the Sonata and then use the money. But
Right.
Tesla would buy the Sonata from you. They do that.
Yeah.
right,
They
which
probably
is-
wouldn't
which
give
is
you
fine.
anything for
And,
it.
no,
They, just
they
give
would.
you the CarMax price. Like they bring
Yeah.
it to a CarMax place.
They'd
yeah.
give you like a couple
Trade-in value-
thousand and say, here you go, bud.
Trade-in value is all-time high right now.
Dude, the trade-in value on my car,
Yeah, but
KBB was 22 to 24. Tesla said they'd give me 14,000 for my Mustang. I said, yeah, have a good one.
right, I probably would not trade the Sonata into Tesla.
We got hosted with a one-viewer host. We appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you-
He
thank
might
you,
have- that might have been
Sun
Dennis.
Solo TV.
He went.
Nice.
Right
There's
on.
no viewers because he wasn't streaming.
I
Whatever.
don't know what you're saying, Gears.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, financially speaking, it's not that much of a fucking jump when you consider that you don't have to put fucking gas in it.
Okay, like
And
I agree.
right, so like even a $55,000 Tesla,
Yeah.
when you chop it up and hash it out to the monthly, it's not like that exorbitant.
No.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll never agree with leases. Like, no matter what way you look at it, like, in general, the best financial move with vehicles, unless you're literally making, plenty of money a year where you don't care, is to purchase vehicles, pay them till you're just, positive on them, and then trade them or sell them. You always get on top, and you can get new vehicles. That's the only reason, like, people are like, oh, you always trade your cars. The only reason I ever traded is because I got what I had into mine. I never went negative. I never took money from a previous loan and added that on top of another one.
Right, but what I'm saying
You would be
is,
crazy to do that.
I think Tesla is like unique in the sense that it's almost set up for leasing.
I agree with you, but just not on leasing. Like, that's the only reason I ever looked at one, is because I knew, especially with my Mustang, I'd be saving enough money to where I could go with a crazily, higher monthly payment, because I wouldn't be putting gas in it all the time.
Can you do the truck, Dons?
No, you can't.
Damn.
You can't?
I don't think so.
I really want to get the truck too.
I'll
That's the
pull it
thing.
back up,
That's a
but I don't
bummer.
think the truck was an option.
But
I think you can just like reserve the truck, and I don't know. I don't know if they have
Lame.
a configurator up yet.
yeah,
Let
the
me
truck
check
would be
here.
fucking cool.
No truck.
Damn. And the Y though?
The Y exists. I see them all over the place.
Yeah.
Wait.
The Model Y.
Yeah, dude.
They released
One-
a
one in
couple
this
months ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see them all the time now.
It's like the size of a Ford Edge or something like that.
I saw the picture. I just
Yeah.
Let's
to me
talk
they all look
about,
super similar.
The rest of 2020 here. Like,
Okay.
Okay. What do we think about this photo?
It's been just such a goofy year. Like, we were just gonna kind of break down. We talked about these search topics and whatnot.
God, my nose. Fucking itching
But
up a storm.
it's just been so goofy, and I feel like this picture right here does a good summary. I mean, this was one of the top posts of r/Chicago this year.
Yeah, it's very
and
artistic.
It's just a coyote running down Michigan Avenue, which is empty and closed, which would usually be packed with people no matter what time of year. And I actually just went down to Michigan Avenue a couple weeks ago, and it's still.
Like when this picture was taken, so for those that it's hard to tell from the picture because like it just looks like a street, but like this is Water Tower. Like it is dead. It is like downtown Chicago, Michigan Avenue. Like this would be the most like hustle and bustle street in Chicago.
This picture is I Am Legend.
Yes, yeah.
In real life, and it actually
100%.
happened.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really quick side story.
Yeah.
So I worked driving all through March and April for my company because like shit was so fucked up. I was doing a role that wasn't my position, and what's crazy is like I was driving in Chicago because we had guys who were still working in the city. So like I was driving the delivery truck, and the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, so until April 1st, it was actually like I Am Legend.
Yeah.
I'm not exact. It was
That's crazy.
Truly like you would think. Okay.
I didn't leave my house for literally 2 months.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you would
I was
think.
over at a buddy's house one night, and we were like, "Yeah, I guess we're about to go into quarantine. Like, I guess I'll see you in a month." And like, it was like a joke, But I literally like that was the last night I left my house for actually 2 months.
Yeah. And like you would think you'd see cars because like people have to still go to the grocery store. People have to. No. The first 2 weeks of this shit, and people will be quick to forget because of like how it's trended back to some weird, not normal, but
normalcy,
semblance
Some
of normalcy.
form of normalcy.
But the first 2 weeks were harrowingly different than anything I can ever put into actual words. Where
Absolutely.
It was mass hysteria.
it's like, dude, I was
insane.
driving
Toilet
from
paper shortage.
Yeah.
yeah. I was driving from Shanahan, so I was still living at my parents' place. I was driving from Shanahan to Elk Grove. So for people who aren't like aware of Chicagoland, that's like south suburbs, right? So
Right.
any further south, and you're like not really in Chicagoland anymore. We're like right at the cusp of that Chicagoland bubble, all the way to like the southernmost northwest suburbs of Elk Grove is like right around that 90-94 thing. It's probably like on if I was driving in rush hour, it'd take me like an hour and 15 minutes to get there. I was able to go. It was like I was also driving early in the morning too. But I'm talking there weren't any cops because all the cops were instructed at that point not to pull people over.
Right.
I was able to go from Shannon to Elk Grove in like 38 minutes.
Which is insane.
And
That's
people don't
wild.
people don't
That's
understand. And like
wild.
I was driving fast because again, I don't care, but like I wasn't driving like 100. I was driving like 88. You know what I mean? Like just under 90 just in case they got like there's a cop that
Having
you
a
know.
bad day, and it's just like
yeah,
fuck this
yeah,
guy.
like
Yeah.
I'm going to pull this fucking guy over anyways.
No matter
right?
what.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was like just to protect myself, but it was like 88 cruise control, middle lane, and the only thing you would see was a semi truck like every 5 miles maybe. You'd
That's
blow by one.
crazy.
It was crazy. And then what's weird is like April 1st happened and people were kind of like eased into the like, okay, I have to go to the grocery store. It's been 2 weeks. I have to go to I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to go to the office for a day.
Yeah.
So then you'd see like cars come kind of back. Obviously nowhere near normal, but like then it felt like kind of how it did for a while. But those first 2 weeks, man, we're coyotes in the fucking street.
And it's to and sorry, I'm just so baffled about how goofy this year has been, and then to continue the year being goofy, like this holiday season, nobody can get a hold of the councils. It's,
Yeah.
Holiday season.
So I'm officially convinced now that there is definitely some sort of
actual
supply chain
shortage.
disruption.
Yeah.
So, because still nobody can get one. I have
Yeah.
so many people that got controllers for gifts that were like, "Hey, I got you this." Can't find the console. People that were giving like games and they can't get the consoles.
Yeah.
People that are
Me?
giving the wrong console. Yeah, you with your story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
that's
hear what I did?
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So for listeners, really quick.
I love
so,
it.
Wait, you did that?
Well,
Your family.
what happened with my family?
Your
so
family.
I didn't know. I thought you bought the wrong console. I thought
no.
Okay.
So my youngest sibling is like wanted the new Xbox, not PlayStation, but whatever, tomato at this point, honestly. And like I have a buddy who does like resale. So he's like kind of in tune with drops. So he's like, so my parents were like, hey, we can't find, nobody can fucking find them. They can't find them. And I'm like, I might be able to clue you in on when you could get one, right? And so my parents are like, yeah, and whatever. They didn't really believe me. And then my buddy texted me and goes, hey, Walmart is restocking the Xbox right now, like any minute. And so I texted my parents and I was like, hey, Walmart right now, restock. Like, be on the lookout, like eyes peeled, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, great.
That's so
my
great.
mom went on there and was like, got one. And I'm like,
You're like,
what? I'm like, so I texted my buddy and I was like, my parents got one, dude. Like, thanks for the hookup. I appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. Then that was the end of it.
little
so
do
then,
you know.
And then, so we go to Christmas, right? And so I knowing that my brother got this fucking Xbox, I got him like an, Xbox gift card to buy a lifetime with or a game or whatever. And I wrote in the card, I was like, for your new Xbox, right? And then he opened the Xbox after and opened it and was like, holy shit, I can't believe you got this, blah, blah, blah. And then he's looking at it and we go, wait a second. My parents bought the 1S instead of the Series S,
No,
which,
dude,
by the
no.
way, has to be either the greatest scam setup of all time by Xbox or the most erroneous oversight in the history of marketing.
Dim-witted, half-ass marketing ever. And
How the fuck
I know
are
we
you going to
touched on this
name...
last week, but it's like
It's
fucking
so bad.
embarrassing. It's
Like-
so bad.
Like, even the Wii and the Wii U being... Like, people didn't realize that those were different consoles, and that was, like, kind of why the Wii U, amongst other things flopped, was the marketing on it.
The Wii U
But, like,
had a lot of good games.
Right, but I'm saying, like, people didn't really get the Wii... Like, how do you go 1S and Series S and not see the issue there? How do you
There's
not
also
see that?
a 1X and a Series X.
Right, same thing.
Aren't there?
Well,
yeah, right?
I mean, it's just the word. Like, I understand where you guys are coming from, but like, if you know what you want, then you know what they are.
right.
Obviously, it's difficult for people that are like not super in the know. But like,
why
if you're someone
series?
who's
the big fuck up here is the word series.
Yeah,
Why?
why is there not... Okay, so for an iPhone,
Yeah.
they have like the SE, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it is? Okay, but you get like the iPhone 9 SE,
Yeah.
and then you can get the
There was never
iPhone.
an
I'm
iPhone
just
9.
making this up, but sorry, the iPhone 7 SE,
Yeah.
and then you can get the iPhone
That was never a thing either.
8. I don't know this shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're still differentiated by the number,
Yeah.
saying this is the new model
Yes.
SE, which makes sense. Like, the continuity in that sense makes sense. The Xbox being the Xbox Series X, when you've already created something that is that, doesn't make sense in terms of marketing. They didn't.
I guess, but you could say Apple did the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
with
but there is an indicator of you being like 7, 8. Like, there is a clear level from level 1 to level 2.
Yeah,
and
but
with
I'm
the
saying,
Xbox,
like,
they don't have that because they did that bullshit with the fucking Xbox 360, Xbox One, which again, that was fucked up too.
That
But
was fucked up too.
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, for example, like, there's the iPhone, like 11, or no, which one has the R? Oh, there's
10. The 10R.
there's the 10R, and then there's the iPhone 10.
Right.
So, like, the
but
only
those
thing
are-
that differentiates that is one letter.
But that's different though, because that's the difference between the Xbox One S and the Xbox One and the Xbox One X. Like, they're all the same model.
Yeah.
Like, they do the same thing. They just have different levels of functionality.
But
Whereas
they could
this
have
is
called it the Xbox 2X, and that would have been so much better than Xbox Series. Like, that's my big hang up.
yes.
Yeah, just going from Xbox One X to Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's
I
like-
I see both ways. Like,
It's a poor marketing. It's just not great, like, long-term thinking.
they cut out the one, so it's just Xbox Series X,
Right, but they
opposed to Xbox One X.
why didn't they just like at least with they did one Xbox 360, Xbox One,
Yeah.
right? Like, why didn't they just rebrand it again?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
Why? Because honestly, looking at it in the names, the Series X and S, it
Yeah.
makes it seem like it's in the original console. Like, they made an Xbox, and then they made Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, which is not what they did. So it's just funny. So my brother opens his fucking Xbox, and then it's the wrong one.
He wasn't even sure at first
No, that's the thing. He didn't even
'Cause-
notice
because
because
it said
S
S
on the box.
it. Yeah.
The only way you would know is because the Series S has
Yeah.
that big black circle on it.
It didn't
And that's-
say
It didn't say
Series
it said
X.
No,
it said 1X.
Yes. Yeah. And so without like it took and he knows and then he was finally like, wait. And then I looked and I was like, wait a second. And then I looked at my mom and I was like, you got the wrong fucking one. But it's wild that this is so insane that there's actually a legitimate there is a supply chain disruption. There has to be. That's the only reason that they're not making enough at this point.
And
You're kind of far away, Dons.
vocal wise,
Is he? Is it just me?
It might just be you. I don't know.
Maybe.
I can hear him.
Okay.
I was just leaned back,
Okay.
collecting my thoughts.
Yeah, you're better now.
I don't know exactly what I was gonna say. Like, it's baffling to me. I understand that Sony and Xbox pushed these out early and tried to get them out for the holiday season, and they have all this hype now because
Mhm.
people can't get them, and there's games that people want to play. But it's just annoying, and it's still annoying with PC hardware too. Like, Kyle's trying to build a fucking PC right now, and he's about to pay $300 over MSRP for a graphics card.
I don't want to talk about that.
But it's
just
something that you're gonna do.
The
'cause it's your only
supply,
option. Like,
the supply sucks. And like, I was just reading today, and it's like the problem with it right now on graphics cards. It's like the last generation and the generation before, since those are the only ones that are available, the price has spiked.
Yep.
And then with the newest ones, since they're so hard to come by,
scalpers are
they've
just
like
fucking
doubled. Yeah, prices have like doubled, tripled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the market is trash right now to find what you actually want.
It's weird and difficult and annoying. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
And I understand that it's part of, circumstance. But
It
it's
sucks.
like, fuck.
It's terrible.
It is terrible.
It's actually horrible.
So Kyle just says, "Put it on the credit card," quote unquote. This guy knows you.
I got an
Alva
Amazon card, all right.
1114.
I got an Amazon card.
That's funny.
Hey, but I figured out of all the shitty things of 2020,
Oh,
was
that's my boy Noah.
there
Damn
was
it,
at
Noah.
least some decent music.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's get into this.
You know, the first thing I have pulled up here is Mac Miller's Circles.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And I'll be the first to say that I haven't listened to this album all that much because it's just been too difficult. Still.
It's been hard.
I've been getting back into the older stuff, which is like surprisingly easier. I don't know why. It's just I guess it's more nostalgic, and the new stuff is too sad still because like I want there to be more of it.
Yeah.
Because it's so good, and that's it.
Well, like, I have listened to this album 20 plus times since it came out. So I've listened to it a lot, and I think it's fucking awesome. And I think it's some of it. I personally think that this is some of his best work, even though it technically wasn't completed. Right? So they completed it.
I like swimming more.
They produced it post-mortem. But I like this. I like them both a lot, but I think I like Circles a little bit more. But maybe it's because, like, it feels so, like, if you really, really listen to it, it feels like he was singing about the circumstance of him being dead.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, I
why
can't
it
listen to
feels like uniquely good for him, like on an artistic level. And what surprised me is this was the top post of the year
On Hip Hop
on
Heads?
Hip Hop Heads. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that makes sense.
it hasn't been a great year, I guess, hip hop wise. I mean,
No, I mean, really, it hasn't been a great
No.
year hip hop wise.
yeah, but regardless, like the fact that I think it was like, I mean, you can check, but I think it was like head and shoulders above everything else.
I can check real quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, might as
but
well.
we were talking about our top 3 albums, and this was one of mine for sure. It was I did like the Spotify year in review or whatever, and this was my like number one everything because I listened to it on repeat for months basically. And then my other 2 were Run the Jewels 4.
I've got
and-
all of everything that we have
Oh,
pulled
cool.
up, ready to talk about here. We can get to it here. I just wanted to say, I saw this post actually. I saw this live. It says, "Did I just talk to Raekwon on the phone?" This was a good post. I read this shit when this happened. I'm surprised I didn't upvote it. But basically, this guy like texted Raekwon. He says, "Who?" Probably said hi or something. "Who is this? Hey, it's Ye. Got an Android. Who? Kanye. LMAO. When we linking up? This ain't Ye. Who you looking for? I'm looking for Raekwon. Have I found him? I'ma call you."
No way.
Yeah.
What?
This guy said, "I was on Facebook. I scrolled to a post that said Raekwon changed his phone number. I thought it was for booking or whatever, so I was bored and I called the number. I didn't get an answer, but he texted asking who I was. Okay. Me, who probably should have just said that I'm a fan, said that I'm Kanye West. So he was pretty much like, no, you're not. You know what? I'm going to call you. So I frantically installed the call recorder app to catch the conversation that lasted under 30 seconds. He was nice and all as hell, considered I kind of adopted a jerky tone due to nervousness. We're not going to be able to listen to the call because that's how the audio works currently.
Unreal.
But I have a hunch that his Facebook page was recently hacked. Facebook made him give his number, and he actually
that's
made
so
it public.
funny.
Damn.
That's super funny.
That's awesome. So who's Raekwon?
Dude.
What?
Oh.
Why?
I wish we could see Donnelly for those moments like that.
Why am I supposed to know who
fuck's sake.
Raekwon is,
How
dude?
do you not know who Raekwon is?
Who
Raekwon the chef, dude.
who is that?
Jesus.
Raekwon?
He's the most legendary producer
I've
in
never heard of him.
hip hop history.
Never.
This ain't Ye.
He's in Wu-Tang.
So funny.
Remember
This
the
ain't
Wu-Tang Clan? Fucking.
No.
Goodness gracious.
Never ever.
Never ever. You never even heard the name.
No.
Goodness.
Literally no idea.
He's like of the upper echelons of like Dre.
Really?
Easily, yeah.
That's questionable.
Damn.
I guess.
I'm kidding, but like, I don't know. I don't know who he is. That's too bad. Sorry, boys. Shite happens.
Top post was Lil Uzi's Eternal Atake. I wasn't a huge fan of this album.
I didn't even listen to it.
I liked the project he just dropped with Future, Baby Pluto.
I liked that much better than his solo.
It goes hard.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish can we listen to that freestyle, the Young Mac?
Ooh.
Like, can we hear it, and they can't?
So.
What?
I don't think anybody's gonna be able to hear anything.
Damn.
Because of how Pro Tools.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Look at that Young Mac.
It's crazy, man.
Oh. Miss you, Mac.
Yeah.
Mac, yeah.
Cheers.
Rest in peace.
Drink to that.
Yeah, I can't even get this to play actually.
Yeah, I think it's like interrupting it.
But this was another album, both on Geers and I's top albums for the year. Run the Jewels 4. I'm a big Run the Jewels guy.
Not a fan.
I've got all 4 of the albums on vinyl. I fuck with Killer Mike and LP big time. I like everything about them.
Me too. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. I love those guys.
Their
love
album was
fucking
so
music.
poignant this year too.
Was it?
And it was so much shit that it was like, damn, like, did these guys record this like overnight?
This week, yeah.
And they didn't though. Like,
well, they dropped it early, right? If I remember.
They ended up dropping it early
because
it was so accurate.
Social tension, racial tension, whatever you want to call it.
And like, I called it. I was like, okay. I remember I told you and I told my boy Hawk, who was also a Run the Jewels fan, the day I got the email about the album release, and it said it was coming out on such and such day, and it was available for vinyl pre-order and like download, and so you could get access to it at the instant that it was available for a download. So I said, fuck it, I'm absolutely doing this. I know that these motherfuckers are gonna release this album early. Came out the next day.
Did it really?
I freaked the fuck out.
Holy shit.
It came out the very next day after I got that email, and it was so hype. And I really like the album. I listen to it at least once a week still. Like, I've listened to all of their shit on the regular.
It's great. It's great work on music too.
Yeah, it's
like,
so good.
It goes so hard. Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
And then what else?
I had a little article pulled up, just talking about the boys.
Yeah,
quick.
dude. I mean, this is the thing. Like, the album was just so good, even for me as a white dude, that just kind of felt like, I guess, a level above irritated and a level below like burning like shit to the ground, right? Where you can like throw this on and it like resonates to a point with me that I'm sure it even resonates more to a point for the people that are in that burn it down mentality, that it's like it's some sort of weird like therapeutic release to hear it from somebody else, that you're like, oh shit, yeah, like I'm not alone in thinking that like shit's fucked up right now, and I'm also not alone in thinking that like this isn't a current problem. It's been it is a problem that's been apparent enough to record an album over the last, how long since the last album? I mean, effectively 2 years or however long since RTJ3.
Something like that.
Yeah, where you go, these guys have been working on this for this long, and yet
more than 2 years, because I feel like that album was out before I moved to California.
Yeah, it might. Honestly, that sounds about right.
Yeah, dude.
And so to go like these are just highlights. These aren't new. Yeah, it was really good.
All in all, for a Run the Jewels album, if you're a fan, you already know that you like it, and if you're not a fan, like, I get it. Like, that style isn't for everybody, but I love the heavy political.
Dude,
like,
it's so heavy.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so good though. Like, I don't understand how anybody who's like a gym enthusiast like you can't just put this on and be like, I'm gonna fucking smash my fucking head against these fucking plates.
I have not listened to this album.
Oh, you should.
I haven't listened to a single song on it.
You should, definitely. Especially like when you're in the gym, if you're like, oh, like I'm sleepy, or like, you know, it's early, fucking sore from the last time I did fucking legs or arm or whatever, and you're like, I need a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
This
Check
is your
it
little
out.
extra. Yeah.
For sure.
Like it, even if you don't like the music at a lyrical level, the beats will like help you just mow through a fucking I mean, you will just, like I said, you will want to fucking bash your head into the dumbbells. Which, as I think we mentioned,
I don't know if I want to do all that.
Like,
but
last time we mentioned last time, it's like, oh, like if you take a pre-workout that makes you want to fucking put your head through drywall, this will do something similar for you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's the good stuff.
I should try it out.
big highlight album for me this year was the new Fish album. I got a Fish hat on right now. I know you guys, neither of you guys are huge fans, but like, I'm a big fan.
They're kind of whack.
Basically,
but they're kind of good too. I don't know.
Basically, the night before this album came out, the boys released like a YouTube video live stream. So they were doing these, are still doing these concerts. I think they're doing them Tuesday nights. I forgot what day it is, because every day is the same. But they do these concert releases on YouTube of old shows. And before one of the shows, the guys hopped down on a video chat and were like, "Hey, we recorded a new album. It's coming out tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And like, I'm a Fish guy. I'm not like super obsessive like some people are. But I'm not a huge fan of their studio stuff. I mean, it's frankly just not like as good as their live shit, and everybody knows that. But in my opinion, this new album, Sigma Oasis, is definitely the most approachable, most listenable studio album that these guys have. Like, it's good, chill, soft rock and roll. Like, I think the album's really good. Like, I played it a lot this summer for my dad, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Fish is actually pretty good." I don't know why you play the live show when they play for 25 minutes a song when you could just play this. But you know,
Fish for me is just a lane where it's like I can appreciate the art form,
but yeah,
without enjoying it personally, I guess.
You don't know shit about music.
No,
Ooh.
I don't.
Wow.
But that's the thing.
You know
like,
that you don't.
I don't. Right. I wouldn't deny it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can appreciate that they're good without finding like anything that I like about them personally.
I played this song for you when we were driving down to Korzenecki's house, and you liked it all right.
Like, I can like a song or two, but like that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean you actually like them.
Right.
Like them.
Like that isn't liking a song or two is not like indicative of liking an artist.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you?
No.
Okay. So that's where that's where I'm at with Fish. If they're on, to me they're fine background noise. I don't mind them being on. Like I said, I can appreciate that what they're doing is good, but like if I'm not gonna put them on in my car, you know.
Don't listen to music in your car though.
Yeah, I do.
You told me that you listen to podcasts in the car.
I do, but like I if I'm listening to music, it's gonna be in my car probably.
Okay.
In my car or maybe at my desk.
See, like I'm listening to music all the time.
Right. And I'm a podcast first, music second guy.
No way.
For sure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never listened to a podcast.
How?
And we're doing one right
Easily,
now.
yeah.
And I've never actually listened to it.
You're exposing yourself, Donley.
How what?
How are you a music second type of guy? Like, you want to just listen to podcasts? Like, I don't know. Like, as soon as I get in the car, I just want to throw some tunes on. Like, I'm at the point where it's like podcasts. I will listen to podcasts if I'm tired of listening to music, and I don't very easily get tired of listening to music.
So, like, I think the reason I like podcasts so much is because I'm kind of like an information hoarder.
Ah, okay.
And so, like, I find pleasure or like enjoyment in knowing, like being in the know on things. Mm-hmm. And so, like, listening to a wide scope of podcasts gives me that while I'm doing something where I can't be doing that. So like I can be driving and I can't be like browsing the internet while I'm driving.
Right.
But a podcast is like a rabbit hole of the internet. You know what I mean? Like somebody else's. It's almost like an audiobook, I guess.
That's why I listen to so much music, because like I guess I'm sick of just browsing data like all the time.
Yeah, which I don't get sick of it ever for some reason.
Oh.
But you know what though, like, and there are times, like even like this week's a good example, or I guess last week, where it's like I don't feel like hearing people talk about Christmas or doing the Christmas shtick or whatever.
I love Christmas.
So I've actually listened to a good amount of music this week. No, it's not that I don't like Christmas. Like Tay and I watch Christmas movies. Like I like Christmas stuff, but I'm saying like I don't want to hear people do like the Secret Santa on the pod. Like I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I've listened to a lot of music this week for sure, comparatively to like a normal week. And there's been a lot of like year in review stuff on Spotify or whatever where they're like, it's a fucking playlist, but it makes no sense.
Right.
Like there's no, it's just like you've listened to this the most, and it's like cool. Let me throw it on, and then it'd be like it'll go from like a Mac song to a country song to a Dave song to a fucking like RTJ song to Tame Impala to like just like ping pongs around, and I'm like I can get down with that. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how that's I think why I resonate with podcasts. But at the same time, I'm just not a big I'm a big music guy in the sense where I like having music on, but at the same time, I don't feel like something's missing when it's not there.
I do.
Like that's the biggest thing I
So
think.
could you just drive with nothing on?
No. Well, not nothing, no. But like I also like I can if I like morning radio,
Yeah.
I will also listen to morning radio.
Okay.
I can't listen to any morning radio, but like I'll throw morning radio on. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
It's not terrible.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I would in my order it'd be podcast, music, morning radio, but
Okay.
I'd still rather listen to morning radio than nothing where some people are not like that. So,
Same. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Well, to wrap up my personal top 3 albums of this year, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard dropped Slapper.
I haven't listened to this still.
KG.
Probably should.
KG.
I like KG.
Me too, man.
It's good.
So, I'm a big Giz fan. I fuck with their music heavily, and I think this is definitely one of their better records. I mean, I don't know what this critic review. Okay. Generally favorite reviews based on 10 critics. They got a 76. That's bullshit. They get it. They like that can suck my cock. Honestly, like I don't like critic reviews. Like I watched one critic on YouTube. The one that everybody watches on YouTube. I don't know if I should say his name.
Why does it matter?
Because I'm about to disagree with him. I don't know.
Oh,
I feel
whatever.
like so. I watched Fantano's review on fucking KG, and what did he give it, a 6?
He didn't like it.
He didn't like it,
Thought it was trash.
but he doesn't like Giz.
But does he though? Like I've seen him multiple times say he thinks they're one of the most exciting bands out right now.
Yeah, but he says goofy shit like that, and then gives him a bad score.
Well, maybe he just doesn't like KG.
But but as a Giz fan, you can't say that they're one of the most exciting bands around right now, and then give their brand new, arguably one of their better albums in the discography a 6 out of 10.
I mean, you
Like,
can if you don't like it.
that doesn't make sense because he compared it to their other album that is of a similar style, and this one is, in my opinion, and the community's opinion, better in every way. It's more approachable. They have more regular fucking music in there. It's got they all over genre wise. Like they have a Black Sabbath inspired closing to the album. Like it's wild. It's all over the place, and it's so Giz.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Giz fan, like this is what I mean. User score 9.1. Metascore 76. Like
It's funny,
that's
we
the
talked
critic-
about this.
That's the critics being picky about it, and the users saying, "Fuck yeah!" Like this is Giz for Giz.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
that.
Well,
Like,
Yeah.
we talked about this 2 episodes ago, I think, right?
about what?
Like the misalignment sometimes of like,
Oh yeah.
remember? Yeah.
Like critics versus what the people
Public.
actually feel
And how,
about
like,
things.
how like truly like upper level great shit,
Yeah.
like they almost always match up.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the conversation. But yeah, it does happen where good stuff has a one-sided review where the public's like, this sucks, and critics are like, you're crazy, this is the shit, and vice versa. But yeah,
In my opinion, I mean, I like this album so much. I got 3 fucking copies of it on vinyl.
Yeah, you're
Um,
wild.
didn't Tame's album come out this year?
Did it come out this year?
I
Or was
think
that
so.
in 19?
Did it? No, I think it was this year.
If it was right at the beginning of the year. I thought it was last year,
I thought it was 19 as well. Let's see.
but maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Slow Rush did come out in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh.
February 14th, 2020.
What's the album?
Slow
The
Rush.
the artwork.
The door, the window.
Oh
whatever.
yeah. See, I was thinking that one with the ball.
Want to hear something funny?
That's
What's up?
Currents.
Go to the track list on this really quick, Dons.
I see. I like Tame Impala a lot. I like Kevin
But you didn't like
Parker.
this album,
I
right?
did not like this album.
Right.
It's too poppy for me, and that's fine. Like, it's good. It's fine.
Shit.
Um,
Can you zoom in one?
No.
You
You
can't.
suck.
Fuck off.
No.
Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. I lied. It wasn't this album. It must have been. Which one is?
What are you saying here, Gears?
I'm trying to think. I'm so bad with song names especially when I listen to things like as an album like this. The last album. What was like the hit song on it?
The whole album was a hit song.
Yeah. But what was like the?
Off of Kerms?
Yeah.
This whole album, as far as I know, was just massive hit after hit.
I have no idea.
Hold on. I'll just look at it. I'll look it up. You keep talking about your albums.
None of those names sound familiar.
Kat, what were yours?
What were
I'll
mine?
look at this. Yeah.
My what?
Your top albums of the year. Do you have them?
I have no idea. What dropped this year? That's a good question. I don't.
Yeah, that's tough. It's funny. I was looking and I was like, oh, this, and then I was like, wait, that came out in.
Hold on.
Oh wait, I'm way the fuck off. But anyways, I was playing to go with this because Tame is like I think very unique in the sense that I feel like either people absolutely fucking like ride for it and love it, or people are just like, nah.
All right, so my top albums for 2020. I know 2 of them just because they were in the top 10. But honestly, Detroit 2 by Big Sean.
Okay.
Because I love Big Sean.
Yeah.
And he has not dropped anything in forever. And this was the follow-up to what was probably his best project of all time.
Definitely.
In Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Easy.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think it's even close.
This in no way, shape, or form was anywhere near as good as Detroit.
I agree.
But there's a lot of stuff on here I really like and I feel like is really, really underestimated. Like,
you want to know why? Go ahead.
I was just say like Why Would I Stop? That's a great one. Lucky Me. Deep Reverence has Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace.
Damn.
Number 4, Wolves with Post Malone. It's just like a radio anthem. Like that could just be on the radio on repeat. Harder Than My Demons. Like I like Big Sean because he has a lot of stuff that like speaks to me. And I don't know. There's just so much stuff on this that's great.
The album is just way too fucking long.
I have not listened to this front to back.
Release a 21-song album.
No, I haven't listened to this front to back.
There's probably half of the songs on there that don't need to be on there.
Yeah.
For sure.
If he would have cut it down to like 10, 11 tracks, it would have been a banger.
Yeah. It would have been really good. I actually like the story. Where is it? Story by Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it's up at the top 5.
Oh yeah, that one's actually really good.
6.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on here that's just like pointless. Honestly, just to go on a little Big Sean tangent here, my favorite project of his is I Decided.
Okay.
That came at a point in my life when I feel like I had to decide. I don't know if you guys remember some stuff that we talked about last week after the podcast. Like I Decided dropped when I was in college. And I felt like I had to like really decide on like how my future was gonna go, and there's just a bunch of stuff on there that's good. But main moral of the story is that Big Sean's music, I feel like really speaks to more than other rappers of his same era.
Yeah.
To actual deeper content, not just like the surface shit.
I can bring a quick tangent for a rapper that I feel the same way about.
Yeah.
And I think we should jump topics here soon.
I was actually just about to say though, Kid Cudi's new album was my other.
Yeah.
That was one of my other picks.
Splendid.
For 2020 was Man on the Moon 3.
I personally also wasn't a huge fan of Man on the Moon 3, unfortunately.
Really?
And I love Cudi.
Wow.
But I thought the first half was really good.
I don't like.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't like Travis Scott.
Ooh.
And I feel like Travis's hands are all over this fucking album.
They are.
They're all over.
They really are. It
like,
sucks.
It's like Astro World 2.
It is.
And it's just like.
It's funny.
I don't know.
I just feel like I feel like Cudi tried too hard to sound just like Travis.
Yeah.
Like he sounds like him on so many
funny.
tracks.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, damn, Cudi, like just be you. If we wanted another Scott album, we would have asked for another Scott album. Like,
Right.
well, he is Scott, but I mean Travis Scott.
Yeah, I thought this album was like good, but I kind of after like probably like Mr. Solo Dolo 3, I was kind of like over it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it just we did talk about this.
Slap. Like, it doesn't,
what's that?
It doesn't consistently like go hard. Like
Yeah.
Cudi's other albums, the good ones, like are beginning to end. Like I listen to them in album format. Like I'm an album guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like this one, I was so burnt out by like the Travis-y droning and like the
Mm-hmm.
and by the time I got to Mr. Solo Dolo 3, I was like, okay, he like Solo Dolo 3 has to be a banger. If it's called that, like
Yeah.
it has to be a banger, and it's not like.
Right.
And it's not Mr. Solo Dolo 3 either. Like that's my biggest issue. It's like it's not like the second two. It's like Mr. Solo Dolo the Travis Scott remix.
I just think we talked about this I think last week or 2 weeks ago. We talked about how it's really, really hard for some artists. Sorry, I'm talking away from the mic.
Thank you.
It's really, really hard for some artists to be like as good as their previous work.
Right.
And we talked about it in reference to this album before Donnelly listened to it, and I feel like
Oh, yeah,
your
true.
opinion is like agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think we should just leave it at that.
right.
You said you wanted to talk about the Chris Stapleton album, Gears. That was your
I didn't
last
really want to
album?
talk about it.
Okay.
That was just my third one.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
I personally haven't listened to it.
Yeah.
I fuck with Chris
It's good. I
Stapleton.
mean, he's the top talent in the country.
This is the last music thing that I had pulled up just because I thought this was funny.
Oh,
this
yeah.
this was the
That is
top post on
awesome.
the sub for the year.
It's awesome.
Basically,
Are people fucking stupid
Yes.
or what?
Yes.
Yeah,
How
no shit.
stupid can you be?
People are fucking stupid. Actually, it's funny when this happened in real life. Tom Morello wore that T-shirt that was Black Sabbath font. It was like the Master of Reality font, but it said Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And both Rage Against the Machine fans and Black Sabbath
Fake fans.
I'm doing air quotes over here for you guys.
All
All right. Fucking like they had aneurysms, and I'm sitting over here laughing my ass off. Like, of course Tom Morello supports Black Lives Matter, and of course Black Sabbath does too. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be fucking kidding me. And and then people have the gall to tweet at Tom
I love
Morello to tell him to stick to music and stay out of politics.
Oh.
It's like the fuck. You gotta
How
be fucking kidding me. So
Fucking dumb can you be?
it's like
You know what I
they-
mean?
They could listen to a whole Rage album, not hear a single fucking word that's being said, and they're just like, yeah, this is good hard rock, like white America.
Yeah, right? What? How? Okay, even further than that though. Like to take it
Holy
one step
shit.
further.
And
Right,
like
because-
Zach De La Rocha, the lead singer, is not even white.
Take it one step further, right? Who are the people that are tweeting that? Or you know what I
Morons.
mean? Yeah, but what's the demographic of the person?
White men,
White men, what age though?
probably 35 to 45. would
I
be
was
my
gonna
guess.
say yeah, like 35 to 55.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the exact like age of people that might have seen Rage Against the Machine live.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you go to a Rage Against the Machine concert
And end up like that.
and end up like that?
It's a good fucking question.
You know what I mean? Like, where's the disconnect? Where
don't
did the
know, dude.
path? Where like? I took the
But what's
path
the
more
funniest-
traveled.
The funniest part of that story is
You know?
that like the very next day after this blow up, Black Sabbath released those shirts on their website.
Yeah, and you have one, right?
I have one. Yeah, I should have worn it. Like it's
What's
Oh,
the-
did they really?
yeah.
Scroll through these comments for a second. I'm just curious what people have to say. I don't want to quotes mine. I got tear gassed and knocked out by a baton that day, a few days after my 17th birthday. Okay. Yeah, go to the next one. I'm curious. Imagine listening to Rage Against the Machine and somehow identifying with the machine. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
literally
it's-
what you just said.
Yeah.
They thought the machine was to the left, which is what made them think they were right.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
You mean Paul Ryan's favorite band?
Jeez.
god.
Awesome.
Wait, click that link.
Dude, that is
The
so
Dropkick
good,
Murphy.
though.
This has got to be so good.
We literally hate you. I don't know who Scott Walker is.
He's like, I think he's the governor of Florida, or
I'm
maybe he was a
fucking-
senator, like Republican. Super,
Dude, I just love that quote. Like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
liking Rage Against the Machine, but you only identify with the machine.
This is. Those who died are justified to wearing the badge. They're the chosen whites. Really? I mean, come on. Dude.
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses.
Yeah, it's right there. It says it's right there, LMAO. I mean, it's so rich.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
what
the
did
same-
that say?
It says
That's a Rage
it's
lyric.
it's a
Yeah, I
lyric,
figured, but
and
what did it
says,
say?
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Somebody said
Ugh.
it's right there, LMAO.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're trying to hide it. It's not innuendo.
No.
It's literally they're saying it.
This too. Yeah, I'm rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun. These people ain't seen a brown skinned man since their grandparents bought one. Like, what were you listening to?
They weren't.
They weren't. No,
They weren't listening.
Yeah, they weren't. You're right.
They
but
weren't
but
at
still,
all.
their friend invited them to the concert, and they got really fucking high, and that was it.
They're like, yeah, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Idiots.
There's a big difference between
Yeah.
listening to music and hearing music. What most people do is hear, not listen. Bingo.
But
All
that's what's strange about Rage, though. Like, they have that unique sound.
Yeah,
And
but
the-
the
and-
thing is, the people that listen to them that can't hear them are the people that have never listened to another song with like hip hop esque vocals.
Sure.
And they can't. They just if they're like, oh, like somebody's talking fast. That's look at these kids talking fast. I can't hear them, but they're talking fast. But there's somebody playing some hard rock and roll too.
Right.
You know, like that's what they got out of Rage. You know, like they literally can't hear them rapping.
Right. It's the exact same thing.
It's so
It's
funny.
like it goes back to what we were talking about, like beats versus lyrics.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, oh, this sounds good, but they're not listening to what they're
look,
saying.
This is perfect. Look, read this. I'm a 45-year-old man. I've been going to punk shows since I was, like 12. I've also lived and experienced that scene in Nebraska, Chicago, the Florida Panhandle, and California. What I've learned over the time is that there are a whole lot of meathead bros that truly believe that the most enduring and important tenet of the punk, I'm starting to lose it, I can't read it.
Punk
The
ethos.
punk ethos is act like a selfish dick and follow your something. I can't
Your
read. Never grow
ID.
your ID.
Never
Never grow
grow
up,
up.
and always flip the bird in photos. Even if you're doing something banal, like getting in and out burger. For that reason, fuck you won't do with what you tell me. Fuck you won't do what you tell me resonates with them regardless of how it's intended. So many are just there for the volume and the bombast. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Perfect. So,
It's It's great.
Precisely.
It's actually
crazy.
great.
All right, what else? Let's get off music because
Yeah.
we've been on music for a while. How long have we been going?
Do it. It's 8:17. What do we got? Probably
We're
like another
at
20 minutes.
An hour
Yeah.
and 13 minutes live here.
So let's get another 20 minutes in, boys. Is there any questions in the chat, Donley? How many people are even
Chat's been
watching?
slow.
We've had slow chat. We're sitting at about 8 viewers here.
All right.
We
well,
were up in the double digits for a while.
hey, for
double
those
digits.
8 that have been sticking it out with us, thank
Or a
you.
little more whiskey for the last 20 minutes.
We appreciate that. It's been a
let's
slow
Let's
week.
just pound through all these topics really quick.
Yeah.
So these are the talking points. It's time to accept that disinformation is a cybersecurity issue. Next tab.
You don't want to talk about this?
No, I'm saying let's just look at all the topics of like the tech sector and kind of maybe we can like make a general discussion happen.
That's fair.
10 years in prison for illegal streaming. It's in the COVID-19 relief bill. Why the Russian hack is so significant and why it's close to a worst-case scenario. And in 2021, we need to fix America's internet. We pay twice as much as Europe for high speeds, assuming we can even get them.
Right.
So these were like the 4 tech topics, right? So
Yeah, that's what we had pulled up to talk
Yeah.
about technology-wise.
and I think it's
They're all pretty
These are all this
closely
week,
linked
though,
as well.
right?
Yeah. What's that?
yeah. These are all like these aren't like year in review things.
No,
Well,
these were
I
all,
guess in
these were all-
2021 is kind of relative to the year, but
These are all recent stuff.
yeah, these are all recent. So like But it seems like going into the new year, these are all things that kind of need to be addressed because it's kind of
Absolutely.
laughable. So let's kind of talk. Just out of curiosity, go to the 10-year streaming or the 10-year prison. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
So
ridiculous.
this is interesting because this is in the COVID. So last week when we talked, I just want to address this because I kind of got earholed in a sense by this. Let me pour this really quick.
Alright.
I got earholed in the sense because I think that there was a lot of poor or misreporting on the COVID bill.
Okay.
And
Yo, wait.
what I mean by that,
Pour me up.
what I mean by that is that I didn't see anywhere for a long, long fucking time, like I'm talking days, that this COVID bill was the budget. Are you guys on the same page about what I'm saying?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so when we were talking about the COVID-19, away from the mic, sorry. Well, when we were talking about the COVID-19 stimulus bill, right? We were talking about like the let them eat cake thing, right?
Right.
How it was like a slap in the face to Americans and everybody left or right seemed mad. Everybody was like almost unanimous to me, like, fuck, this is bad. But it was like they were pointing the finger at. So it was like, I sit down with people that are on the right and they're like Nancy Pelosi. And then you sit with people on the left and they're like McConnell. You know what I mean? So people were mad, but they didn't know who to be mad at. And they just picked the person that wears a different color than them, basically.
But like some of those people were right and some of those people were wrong.
Sure, but I mean, but to be fair though, in all honesty, Pelosi is not blameless. The Democrats are definitely not blameless, and to prove that, I mean, there were a lot of Democrats on that are like specifically, aka like the publicly funded ones like Bernie and AOC, who were like, this is fucking bullshit.
Right.
Right. So what wasn't well emphasized or wasn't reported, which is why I think it was misreported, is that this was the annual budget bill. It's the omnibus spending bill. Everything that we spend money on in a year at a federal level was in this bill. And it was 6,000 pages, almost like
5,000.
Yeah, 5,500, I believe.
That's crazy.
And so I didn't realize that. I thought this was just the COVID bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm saying is I feel like that was poor. It was poorly represented that this was the COVID bill. This was the budget, and they schlepped in
COVID stuff.
stimulus.
Yeah.
A stimulus
it's
for
ignorant.
people. Yeah. And so I just felt that was very, very disingenuous because when you're talking about what they're spending money on in the year, there's a lot of stuff in there that's good and bad and ugly, right? I mean, they spend money. The federal government funds museums, national parks, foreign aid. They do a bunch of stuff in the bill. But to call it the COVID bill was like almost malignant in the sense that it's like
But basically,
it made everybody mad.
what this is saying in regards to the in prison
This
for
was in
illegal
there.
streaming. Yes, this was tucked in there, and basically they're trying to defend people that are pirating Netflix and Hulu and this and that, and streaming them to sites like that. But it's gonna end up hurting people like us when we accidentally play a clip of something that we're not allowed to play.
Yeah.
We already got a claim for looking at that ESPN tweet.
Yeah,
which
so-
is,
Which makes no sense.
So I read into this.
Makes no sense.
And so the letter of the law is supposed to be this is only able to attack people who are profiting off of this at like a business level.
commercial for-profit streaming
Yes.
private
Bingo.
services.
Okay.
So if you're essentially running a website and the website is illegally streaming, that's who this is supposed to target.
Right.
But it's going to get abused for sure.
Absolutely.
100% because they all do. They're getting abused right now.
Exactly.
So that's why it doesn't make sense. And thankfully, somehow, I have no idea, somebody caught this and it got amended before because it was supposed to be like way fucking stricter.
Right.
Way stricter. So this is crazy, but I'm just saying this was like an interesting thing about last week that like the COVID relief bill. See, even that, it's in the COVID-19 relief bill. That's not what it is. And that frustrated me a lot because I was having a sit down like argument with somebody that is at a different level than me politically, like they're right and I'm left.
Who?
And don't worry about it. And I don't want to like call people out, but
The
like
people.
they were saying stuff like
Call
we're
some
funding-
motherfuckers out.
We're funding border walls in other countries. We don't fund our border wall here. We defund ICE and blah 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 blah. Right? Whatever. And I'm going, well, that is bullshit. Not really the defunding thing, but why is there border funding or foreign aid at all in a COVID-19 bill? That doesn't make sense.
Because our
It's
country's
not
fucked.
but it's not a COVID-19 bill.
No.
It's the fucking budget. It's
Exactly.
the annual budget.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to keep calling it that, and I don't understand why it's being reported on that. And you know what's fucked up? You know what the first article that I saw that actually addressed this and explained it to me was? The fucking New York Post.
Of course.
Really?
Of course. Because unfortunately, when it comes to like misinformation, disinformation sites, whatever, it's like they take something that's truthful and then they fucking like twist it, right? So they pull it in a direction that it is. So the
Which
first
leads
line
to
was
this right here, that this other article you had pulled up.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah,
to accept
perfect.
that disinformation is a cybersecurity issue, which sure,
It is.
It is, because every day there's people, our relatives, going on Facebook, reading things like, I actually had something happen this week. We were babysitting my neighbor's kids, and this fucking 6-year-old kid was like, I don't know even how this got brought up, but this 6-year-old kid was like, well, something Joe Biden stole the election from Donald Trump.
What?
And I was like,
A
Classic.
6-year-old?
what? Yes,
A
a 6-year-old. 6-year-old. So, like, obviously she's hearing this places, and I was just like, oh my God, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you have to be fucking kidding me.
It is crazy.
It's
as hell.
unbelievable. And then the 8-year-old was like, yeah, blah, 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 like right on the same rhetoric, and I was like, holy fuck, like this is
That's
not
amazing.
good. Like
That's
and it
amazing.
And it was so fucked up that I couldn't even think it was funny. Like
That's great.
I had in reference to this kind of.
Yeah.
I had an epiphany today.
Oh,
I
yeah?
tweeted it. Yeah, go to my Twitter really quick.
Go to your Twitter.
Yeah, just hit
It's a
one of those
scary place.
hit one of those tweets, those Twitter links.
It's a
Yeah.
Twitter link. We're
Oh,
not
I do want
watching
to talk
this
about the
fucking
Barstool
asshole.
fun. Hopefully we can get to this.
One tweet.
What was that? Portnoy?
Scroll down. Yeah, scroll down. There it is.
Every so often, someone who I consider whom I
Whatever.
consider spelling error there. Spelling error.
Whom doesn't exist anymore. Whatever.
I think it's just funny that you're about to talk about intelligence something, and you have a little spelling error in your tweet there.
I don't know if that is every so often someone who I consider. I don't think that it's him, her, or versus he, him, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Read the rest
Whatever. Read
of
the
it.
tweet.
Every so often, someone whom I consider an intelligent mind shows that they believe in astrology, and that provides a lot of context for how nearly half this country voted the way that they did. I guarantee nobody that believes in astrology voted for Donald Trump. Like,
But I'm just
that's
saying,
not
like,
that's not a parable that you can make.
I'm not saying that people who. That's not what I'm saying.
What are you
I'm
saying?
not saying that
bitch?
people that believe in astrology voted for Trump. I'm saying that I know people who have
Bitch.
good critical thinking skills who believe in astrology
Sure.
Is that a bad thing? Or?
Yeah. because it's bullshit. And I know people who like have critical thinking skills who have gotten caught up in other bullshit too, aka QAnon, basically. I mean, more, you know what I mean, to simplify, but like I think that this is
What's QAnon, Gears?
astrology, but politics, the political astrology.
Are you sure?
You guys know what astrology is, right?
Yes and no.
Like the
astrology
zodiac
is like
signs and shit?
zodiac signs, horoscopes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do
not
that.
not to be anybody listening, not astronomy.
Yeah.
Astronomy is like the study of like planets and stars and like the outer, right? Astrology is like specifically like the influence on the star alignment to your mood that day.
You
Right.
don't fuck with that
You're-
shit, Gears?
It's not that I do or don't fuck with it. It's that it's bullshit. Like it's objectively
total bullshit?
Yeah. And
Sounds
so
like you just don't fuck with it, Gears.
it's not that I do or don't fuck with it. It's like what it's the same thing as like
It sounds like your stars are out of alignment today.
they might be, and they have been since I learned what astrology was.
What's your birthday?
Jesus.
What's my birth date?
Yeah.
November 13th.
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
Oh,
Scorpio.
I don't know what that means.
Oh.
It doesn't mean anything. That's the thing. It means nothing.
It
Oh,
means
let's go.
nothing.
Nothing. Right? Because
It doesn't mean anything?
it's garbage and
Are you
bullshit,
sure?
and it means nothing.
Why?
But that's the same. That's the same shit. Is that when you read something enough, right? It's very easy to go.
What if you
Like-
die and then you go to some place with all the other, what'd you say, Scorpios? And they
Yeah.
were like, hey, like, you were wrong, bitch. We're all the same.
But we're not all the same.
Sure you are.
No, we're not.
Fuck.
How are you not?
Because I think you're a Scorpio too, aren't you?
Nope.
What are you?
I am a Libra.
Okay, well, like, Meyer and I are both Scorpios, and we're very different.
You're exactly the same,
No,
though.
we're not.
Yeah, you're both cocksuckers.
No, we're not.
You're both dickheaded
We're not
bastards.
the same. We're not
Yeah,
the same,
no,
though. Is
you're-
what I'm saying.
you're-
And
yeah,
like, I
we're
know
exactly
people
the
who
same.
are. I know people who are the same sign and aren't. Don't. It means nothing. It's meaningless, and so is. It's meaningless, just like reading incessant bullshit that's misinformation on the internet is meaningless, but it provides context in the sense that you're like, I understand how somebody can get wrapped up in this, because when you're like, I feel like there's a lot of directionless like living, and people are seeking direction, right? I think that's kind of,
that's what religion's for.
yeah, that's a part of it, right? Like you have this, everybody's seeking some sort of purpose or being or whatever, and you get wrapped up in whatever the fuck it is you get wrapped up in, right? But you can get wrapped up in bad shit. So to me, and I don't think astrology is bad inherently, but I'm just saying the comparison is like, you can get wrapped up in something that is actually truly negative, which is what I think we've seen a lot of this year with what we've seen.
Somebody
mean, shit.
said Don's having fun with it like almost everyone else does. Old man Gears fighting this straw man.
It's not a
Awesome.
straw man. I was making a comparison because I don't care about astrology, and I don't care.
It
if
sounds
people
like you do.
follow
Yeah,
astrology.
it
I
sounds
Sounds
just
like
care
you
a whole
really
lot.
do.
I know astrology's bullshit.
care
just
so
like I
fucking
know
much.
that Donald Trump tweeting today.
But
that
you
there
used,
were more.
but whoa, you used to know that Jesus Christ was the Lord and Savior, and then anybody that didn't follow His word and the Catholic word or the Christian word was going to hell. Because you used to know that.
But see, this is the thing.
No, what's
I
the
think
thing?
This is, first of all, I think that religion, I think spirituality still is very, very based in truth. I can think that
Typical
there is
Scorpio. That's right.
other. You can think that there's something else
No,
beyond
don't
this.
don't deject.
I'm not dejecting.
You're dejecting
How am I dejecting?
because you didn't answer my proposition.
But
How is that any different?
because I don't think I'm any less spiritual than I've ever been.
Sure you are.
I don't think so.
Because you used to be an asshole about it.
Not really though. That's what's crazy.
You were a bit of a dick about it.
Not really at all.
A little bit.
I don't think that's true.
I think so.
I was like minimum dick level.
Still a dick.
I don't think so.
You were a dickish.
What do you think? Do you think I ever push religion on you?
No.
He never pushed, but he
No.
frowned upon everyone else.
That's not
See,
true either.
I,
How's that true?
Because you did.
I, regardless
You tried to drag me to your church like 100 times.
of what anyone thinks,
I
I
went
actually did. You really?
Yeah.
So like, I still consider myself religious,
I do
just-
too.
but just
I
not
do too.
just not in the conventional sense of
Correct. That's
of
what I'm
what
saying
other
about
people
when I'm saying spirituality.
of what other people consider religious.
I think there's unquestionable so I don't want to fucking go in this like real deep rabbit hole. That's not what I was trying to do here.
right.
But what I'm saying is I think that I definitely think that there is God.
Yeah.
Right? In the general sense of
Yeah.
like the term. And I also think that Jesus was definitely like tuned in to
Mhm.
God in whatever capacity, right? So
maybe these motherfuckers that are tuned in to the stars
they're not
are more
tuned
tuned in.
in.
Than, yeah, maybe they are.
bro, you think that fucking horoscopes.com is tuned in?
No.
Horoscopes.com.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, they're not. It's
They could be.
bullshit.
Fucking
That's what I'm
awesome.
saying. It's bullshit.
What if they are though? What if they're spot on?
How? But you can always be spot on. This is like the same thing with fortune telling.
Exactly.
Like you
that's
can
so
go,
great.
you know what
That's
I mean?
awesome.
Like you'll live a fucking bountiful life, and people will go, and then 10 years be like, wow, that fortune teller was right. I lived a real bountiful life. It's like, yeah, okay. And if she would have told you lived a shit life, you could have had the same fucking. Regardless, all I'm saying is that I, in some capacity, understand how somebody can get wrapped in something because it's so easy when there's so much bullshit to wade through that you can get bogged down by the wrong bullshit, especially with social media because of echo chambers. And this is true on the left
Social
too.
media sucks.
I
It's
think this is
fucking
true on the
trash.
left too, because you can get bogged down by negatives on both sides or
Meyer.
misinformation on both sides.
Meyer says religion comes from the Latin meaning to bring, come, gather together again. You fucking smart ass bastard.
Yeah, religion. I mean, I thought that was more the definition of a church, but I guess they're probably pretty synonymous,
I
right?
think everyone is religious in a certain way. You're such a smart ass. Oh my gosh. Okay. Are we done talking about technology here? I mean, we pretty much did done cover this.
The only, yeah, that's
I
fine.
mean, I would like to talk about. I guess
I just wanted to. I want to talk about internet.
I really would like to dive. See, we've talked about this, or we talked about it very, very briefly, but
Yeah.
the Russian hack thing to me is like, that would be something where we would do just like a one-topic show.
We could, but
You know what I mean? Like, where would we even fucking start, and would we ever end if we started?
exactly.
So
Right.
it's not even worth getting into, but like, I'm curious to see where it goes, and I'm also curious, but I'm not curious to see where this goes because I know where this goes because we're there.
With the internet?
Yeah.
Well, we already have shitty internet. This is a fact. There's no questions to this. Like,
Yeah, we need to fix America's internet, but we won't.
yeah,
Never.
that's the issue.
Yeah.
And look at this guy's fucking mailbox full of AT&T bullshit.
What?
Can't read it. Too small.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is tiny. So no, I read the whole article, and basically, did you actually read this whole article?
Not the whole
yours?
thing, no. I opened it up, though.
All right. So basically, to summarize, like extremely quickly, he lives in an area where he keeps getting bombarded day in and day out by AT&T saying, "Hey, like, let us offer you this fiber optics. You'll get 1,000 up and 1,000 down." And he's like, "Oh, for sure. Like, I'd love that because my internet sucks." And then he can't get it because they don't even have. So if you scroll down a little bit, Donley.
I'm right here.
No. If you scroll down to where he's showing the sidewalk and stuff. So basically, what he's talking about here is he's saying that the fiber optics in his neighborhood, they literally are mapped incorrectly. So like he says that they have his address literally on the fiber optics, but they're not even in front of his house.
Jesus
And every
fucking
time
Christ.
people from AT&T come out and they're like, "Yeah, so like we looked at it and we can't actually offer it to you because you don't have it. It's on like the street over." And
he keeps sending him emails about
yep, and then they keep sending him over and over and over because on their maps he is in the area, but in real life he's not. But yeah, basically the infrastructure for actually good internet sucks, and internet companies are basically charging for what at this point in time is a necessity. Like the article goes on to say how, like, especially with COVID, at home schooling, the need for internet faster than like 25 down and like 5 up is a necessity, and basically it's no different than water and electricity at this point. Like
Should
the
be
need,
utilitized.
yeah, like the need for a standard of a better internet.
Donnelly, I think you do, but do you know the story behind? I think maybe it goes into this thing right here, this paragraph.
What you
That
talking
like,
about?
in the 21st century, I don't remember exactly what year, if it was like a year, or if it was 10 years or whatever. Like, these big internet companies, a la Comcast, AT&T, what's the big one out in Spectrum, like whoever the fuck, these
Fuck
big
Spectrum.
guys, right? Fuck them all.
Yeah.
But they got
Time Warner is the big one.
Yeah.
they got this huge like influx of cash from the government, right? So they were budgeted for all this money, and it was literally like develop a fiber optic system.
And then they didn't.
And then they literally just took the money and said, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly.
They just didn't do it.
It's stupid.
And then they took all the money, and then when the government was like, you have to give that back, they were like, no, we don't.
And then they didn't.
And that was it.
That was it. And then and then now
we're
here.
Here.
It's
And
literally
I pay
idiotic.
Well, so we in our area we have the same issue as this fucking jackass that wrote this article for The Verge. Like, because everybody has this fucking issue. In this area, you have two options for internet. You can get Comcast or you can get AT&T. AT&T's best service is shit, dick, and ass.
AT&T is trash.
It's garbage.
Here.
It's not usable for
Trash.
anybody that actually uses the fucking internet. AT&T's service out here is for old people that go on the internet once a day and are happy with their internet loading faster than 2 minutes a web page. Like,
literally,
it's a joke. It's outdated. It's embarrassing. And then on the other hand, you have Comcast. And we pay for their gigabit internet, which is 1,000 down and shit ass up. I'll do a fucking speed test right now.
they're trash.
And like we pay out the ass.
The upload speeds don't even make sense.
It's ridiculous.
Like, dude, even my internet, like, we pay out the ass for our shit, and like sometimes you see crazy ass download speeds. Yeah, it would be like that, except it would be like 150,
You're
180.
streaming right now, so that's bogging for sure.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that too, but still, those are good
That's
speeds
still,
down.
That's fine. But
That's livable.
But then
I mean, for
watch
sure.
her up.
It'll
Exactly.
be, up, it's going to be like 4.
It's gonna be like 10.
Oh, actually, that's not bad.
Nah.
But that's still not great if you're paying for 1,000.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I think see these speed tests are also fucked up though, because
We're also
I feel like
doing a
since
whole
you're
bunch of other shit.
streaming,
Yeah.
it's like
we are streaming.
so I feel like it's like I don't know exactly how it works, but it feels like it's like upping your upload and bogging your download down.
Seems like it.
But regardless, it's bullshit, and the reason that it's bullshit is because guess what? They let it be bullshit.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what we've been talking about, what we talk about every fucking episode, and what I never shut the fuck up about is that
What?
these companies lobby and get what the fuck they want, and then with no regard, like just disregard for human life, quote unquote, like to use
Absolutely.
a quote. And so they don't give a fuck about your internet. They just
No.
give a fuck about lining
money.
their pockets. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's no different, whether it's this or the fucking streaming law or the misinformation with Facebook or what was the other one? What was I don't even remember what the fucking
Russian
first
hackers,
one was.
bud.
The Russian hackers. Well, maybe that one isn't
Little bit
as
different.
relevant, but well, it is though. It is though in a sense because the company that got hacked had a bunch of these provisions that they were supposed to be following and they just didn't. And they were like, "Fuck you, give us money." So it is all relevant in the sense that like these companies don't actually give a fuck about what the service they offer is supposed to be. They only give a fuck about fucking stock.
Yep.
And it's no different. And until we fucking elect people who will actually fucking put up with us, we're gonna have to deal with shit like this. And then if you want to go back to the fucking Barstool Fund thing, I don't know if you still have that pulled up.
Gone.
But like where we're at, and again what we talked about with that Dan Price tweet weeks ago of like things that are inherently good but are a sign of like systemic fucking issues of charity is we've got a bunch of businesses that are closing down, not able to fucking keep their doors open at no fault of their own, right? Who are literally just left for dead. And the only option they have is to apply for this fund. And I'm not knocking Barstool because I mean it's awesome. They've raised almost $10 million, right? And they've
That's
committed,
crazy. Have they
crazy.
really?
Yeah, they're at like 8 million or something like that.
Shit.
And so it's like it's an astounding thing. And I every time I watch one of the videos of because Portnoy is Don's
Explain yourself. I have no idea what you're talking
not a
about.
Barstool guy. So okay, Barstool, Barstool, right? And
Yeah.
like general sense, they're like. So anybody not listening that doesn't know Barstool, which I can't imagine there's very many, if any, but like Barstool is, I guess, like the PG-13 version of ESPN.
Basically,
They're like
yeah.
a little edgier, and they kind of live along the margins, but like they're sports and stuff, right? And their owner has become like fabulously rich because he kind of realized that there was like this big avenue in the world of gambling that was illegal, but now it isn't. But he was like, it's illegal, we don't care, kind of thing. So like they were doing picks and like he was degenerately gambling like all the time, and he didn't give a fuck. And now he's like the biggest. They're the sports gambling company, right? At this point, they are owned by Penn National, who's one of the leaders in casinos in the country. Blah blah blah. So he got challenged, and somebody said, "Why don't put your money where?" He was bitching because of the shutdowns, and it was like nobody can survive because of this. It's not possible. We need help. And somebody was like, "Put your money where your mouth is. Donate $500,000, and I'll match it." Somebody that whatever. And he did it. And then he was like, fuck that, actually. I'm going to put my $500,000 in a fund. And this fund is going to be people who apply. We're going to fund the business. And if you apply, there was a certain stipulations. And if you apply and we accept you, not only will we fund you for your asked amount, we will keep you funded until the pandemic's over.
Damn.
And so we started with $500,000 of his own money. And there was like some early stuff that kind of like, got him to $1 million right away, and they're at $8 million. And he's like posting these. He's FaceTimes the owners of these small businesses.
Yeah.
When they get picked.
That's pretty.
And
sick.
it's awesome. I mean, it makes me like fucking well up every time. I don't cry, but you get that feeling of like this is an awesome thing, and then it's also like this is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I do know what you mean.
Like it's bullshit. And so that's the thing is like what the fuck is what's going on, and it's all of this, and it's endlessly frustrating, and I just hope that we don't have to rely on Barstool Sports to fucking keep small business alive.
But apparently we
for
do.
Much longer. Right now we do. We have to rely on Barstool Sports and others to keep small business from literally just crumbling in the greatest economy in the world. And
for the record, boys, we're
we're at like an hour 40
here.
1:45. Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
I don't know if we want to touch on anything else.
It's been fun,
here.
people.
What's that tweet? What's the Twitter? Is that AOC?
AOC, yeah.
I mean, we've already basically talked about this.
Yeah.
Like,
we talk about the same shit every week, though, is the thing,
I mean,
which is fucking kind of a bummer. But like,
not necessarily. Like, I feel like this week was pretty good.
No, I know we did a better job diverging because of the your recap. We still have 9 viewers too. I mean,
yeah.
We're still like
I said earlier, whoever's still rocking with us, we appreciate it. Like we're just kind of doing our thing right here.
Just kind of like breeze through these tabs really quick, just in case. I mean, I saw the next one. I saw the next 2.
College football rankings.
I want to talk about this. God damn it. Oh well, whatever. Oh, this was kind of cool. That's
cool.
Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Dude,
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, this was like top of the week on gaming. I just like happened to, and I was like, I saw it, right? And it said my school mascot, blah blah blah. I was like,
I like that.
I was like, that's
like,
Butler's mascot.
That's sick.
And then I scrolled down to the comments.
I really like it.
Go to the next top thread.
Butler.
It's Butler in Indianapolis. Yeah. Somebody was like, you gotta go to like the top. Oh, there you go. Yeah, somebody's got the shirt. Butler you. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it is fucking Butler. What the fuck? Oh, fuck you. You're such a dick.
Gave him the downvote. Wow.
But that, I mean, it is cool. And it's
glorious.
also locally designed. Somebody, marketing agency or whatever, some artist in Indianapolis designed it.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, but Trump signed the bill. Remember when we talked about how he wasn't going to? He did, and also he signed it late enough to where most of the unemployment benefits are going to actually fall off before it goes into. Yeah.
Really?
So I guess his delay is gonna like fuck up. I didn't look too deep into it, but basically he like signed it so late that a bunch of people are gonna get fucked over as far as other. Yeah,
actually though.
Yeah, go back to it.
No,
you
dude.
The mutated COVID-19 strain sounds like a non-story to me at this point.
Yeah.
Like, is it? Because they said
know.
the vaccine is still going to be effective against it. That's what they said.
I have no idea.
That's what I heard.
So, does it matter?
No.
Outside of it's just like I feel like we're just playing a waiting game with that.
Precisely.
I did want to talk about this. I wish we would have led with this.
That's too sad to lead with. We had
Yo,
a good one.
let's just
Call it.
wrap up for this week.
Yeah.
Let's get together, get some good topics under our belt for next week, and go from there, boys.
Okay.
I mean, we had a nice little meeting with the people in the chat tonight. It was a little bit more intimate.
It was quieter chat this week, but we had a good view count. Did we get any followers?
I think we gained three or four at least for
Nice.
sure.
We got to be getting close to 50.
We are at 40.
We're like 40.
All right, so here's the deal. And Donley, maybe we can clip this. I haven't even
Clip
told
it.
you guys this yet, but I'm going to tell you right now. So, quick
Hey, there's
dealio.
another follower. Thanks, Hesse.
Nice. Thanks, Hesse.
Thanks, Hess.
I got dead fucking last in my
what?
fantasy football league with my college buddies. Okay?
Good for you, boy.
So, this is the end. This is the wrap up. It's going to be quick. So, our last place punishment for my league
Yikes.
is what is called the IHOP challenge. The IHOP challenge is you go to an IHOP and you have to be there for 24 hours, but for every pancake you eat, an hour gets reduced.
Oh, you could do that easy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now,
You can smack.
Can I do that with you?
pancakes.
I just love pancakes.
yeah, but dude,
Can I come with?
see, 5 pancakes.
Can we
Yeah.
stream this?
That's where I'm going.
Dude.
Yeah, let's
So,
stream this.
Hey,
I'm
We have
going
to go to the
live
IHOP.
stream the IHOP pancake challenge.
I want to
But
do it with you.
We
for
have to
fun.
go there and see if they'll let us do it.
We will. We'll find an IHOP that'll let us do it, and if not, my buddies will probably be fluid enough to let me do it at like a non-IHOP where I can go to like just a pancake house that will
Yeah.
probably be a little.
Ruby's would let us do it.
Yeah, right. So we'll talk about it, but we'll get the details. But
Awesome.
I'm not doing it. I'm gonna live stream it, but I'm not doing it unless we are affiliated.
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Oh.
not until.
Until.
Okay.
So
We
we're
got
gonna clip.
9 more
We
followers.
can clip this.
We'll clip this.
We need
For
9 more
sure.
followers.
9.
Once we're affiliated, I will do the thing and the
thing.
IHOP challenge, and then I'll do this too. While I'm doing it, because I think once you're affiliated, you can get subs, right?
Yes.
Any subs that we get for the IHOP challenge, while I'm doing it, we'll donate the money. I don't know I can't make any promises about the amount or the percent. I don't have no details.
For
Down.
sure.
But anything that I get from it, I'll donate to a charitable cause, maybe the Barstool Fund if it's still a thing.
Cool.
Whatever. I'll find something, donate it. It might only be like $20, but who cares?
Okay.
That's the deal. So we're gonna maybe clip this, pass it along, IHOP challenge live, but I got to get
Excellent.
affiliated first. So
Excellent.
That's
with that,
sick.
I'm out.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good one.